It could be the dawn of a new era between Alberta and Ottawa.
Great handshake. Yes.
Thank you.
There we go.
Sources tell CBC News both sides agreed to the broad outlines of a deal that could create a path to an oil pipeline to the BC coast.
Very realistic foundation for what I think is a necessary energy project. If we are going to in any way reach the aspiration that the Prime Minister has to be a global energy superpower, we need to develop the resources that we have.
Sources say Alberta may be allowed to sidestep environmental laws the Premier says prevent pipelines, like the oil tanker ban, clean electricity regulations, and the proposed emissions cap.
Will this government admit that their keep it in the ground crusade strangled our economy, weakened our sovereignty, and left workers with the bill? Or will he keep pretending that it wasn't all self-inflicted as they dance around a pipeline announcement?
I know the member opposite is nostalgic for the previous government, but that's not who's working right now. Canada will be a leading global energy superpower in both clean and conventional energy.
In exchange, Ottawa wants to see support for carbon capture and storage and for Alberta to strengthen its industrial carbon pricing.
I was very clear that my expectation is that going forward, that British Columbia be at the table.
But BC's Premier is a vocal opponent of any new oil pipeline through his province. It also faces opposition from coastal First Nations.
We've been very clear that we don't support this project. We've called upon the federal government to uphold the tanker ban. Our position is not a new position. It's been in place for many decades. And this is our home.
Plus, so far, there's no private company willing to build and finance a pipeline, a necessary first step.
Well, I'm not threatened by a project that doesn't actually exist. There is no company, there's no money, there's no route, there's no nothing.
This deal took months to negotiate, and the official announcement is set to happen on Thursday in Calgary. The Prime Minister is expected to attend alongside Premier Danielle Smith.
So, Kate, what's your sense of what kind of political risk this might represent for Mark Carney?
A significant risk, and not least of all from his own caucus, many of whom supported the previous government's environmental laws. He's got 20 MPs from British Columbia who will have to explain this to constituents. But on the flip side, it could lower tensions in Alberta and potentially get a project going that could have big economic spin-offs for Canadians.
All right, that is Kate McKenna in Ottawa.